Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading, in particular, mystery reading number 709. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers so I can have access to offering channel memberships. So if you do decide to subscribe and support my channel, thank you very much. And the last thing I want to say is, if you are interested in a little bit of a free mystery reading or some free mystery messages, check the description box down below and make sure you read the whole thing, including the limit to how many of these readings I do, so that way you know what you're fully getting yourself into. So before drawing a card from the Prisma Visions Tarot, let's interpret the number 709. 7 is about wisdom, learning, growing, and maybe even teaching what you have learned. It also feels like there's a little bit of like an air of good luck here. I just felt something here about good luck and good wisdom. Maybe there's also good riddance as well. I'm gonna take that if it resonates. The 0 is about cycles, letting go of something old, embracing something new, flowing and moving with change. And the number 9 is about your purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. I feel like that's what you're really being called to learn here, to grow and to invest in, and maybe even grow into. For some reason, I'm having the desire to play Fortnite, or I'm at least thinking about it. Maybe you're thinking about it, and there's something significant about that game, or it could be more vague, and gaming could be significant for you. Maybe you feel called to get into the gaming industry or the gaming world. There is something here about exploring worlds, exploring realities, atmospheres, environments. Don't be afraid to feel out where you deserve to be. In your relationships, at work, and life in general. Take it however it resonates for you. But I personally believe that we all do have a purpose, even if we're meant to just be and enjoy life, to be happy. Adding up these numbers now, 7 plus 0 is still 7, plus 9 is 16, and then 1 plus 6 is 7. Actually, one of the cards in a recent video had the number 16 on it, so maybe this is confirmation for you that this is your reading. 1 plus 6 is 7. The number 7 is really being emphasized here, which I think means you're really being called to learn here and to grow. I am listening to music to help me focus on this reading, like meditation music, and it paused for some reason. Maybe there's something here about pausing the music, pausing the distractions, or facing the music, even if you don't want to. Facing the truth here. Whether it's like something about yourself that you need to be honest with yourself about, or something about reality that you can't change, that you don't have control over. But just because you don't have control, that doesn't mean you can't be happy or even at peace, you know? I believe peace comes from whatever, like the sense of security and stability that we create within ourselves through being able to trust ourselves, to always be there for ourselves, showing up for ourselves and our choices, and ultimately showing up for each other. You know, because I do believe that our decisions, they do have a powerful impact because of how connected we all are. So I do think it's important for you to not forget how connected we all are. The reading from yesterday, or the one before, 708, might be significant for you. I also feel like I want to say that you can trust the sense of purpose that you feel called to, for people that already feel called to learn things or to explore things and to deepen their awareness, maybe their consciousness. Confirmation here if anyone feels called to grow spiritually or emotionally. I'm going to move on now to drawing out a card from the Prisma Visions Tarot, like I said earlier. I felt called to use this deck because I just felt so drawn to the Devil card, like the colors, because it's like the red with the dark. Wolf energy might be significant for someone. Oh my god, because in Fortnite there's this thing that you can put on your character that's a wolf. And that's the best I can explain it. But I have personally been feeling wolf energy a lot in my own life. So you might feel connected to a spirit animal that is a wolf, or maybe even a past pet that was a dog, or you could feel connected to dogs in general. I just got a vision of a different reading that I did with the Four of Swords in it, talking about the dogs and the loyalty. So maybe it's important here to question where your loyalties are, especially since I was feeling the Devil energy. Make sure you are committed to the right things, and by the right things I mean things that are in your highest good and the highest good of all. You really can make a difference. Everything that you went through, the experiences that you have had do have purpose, and I can't tell you what that is because you get to decide. You get to decide what beauty to create out of the ugly. You know, it's like transforming energy or transmuting energy, transmuting darkness into light, which really makes me think of healing. If you feel called to learn things through healing, confirmation for that. Let's go ahead and draw out this card here from the Prisma Visions Tarot. We're going to use this to look at your current situation, what guidance there is for you, and maybe how it applies to the number 709. I'm going to try to remember with the number 709. It's something I've been trying to remember to do, but you know, sometimes it takes time to get used to things. But I have the High Priestess, and we have the third eye chakra with the moon. This is also water energy, I believe. For some reason I'm feeling the zodiac sign of Pisces. I don't think it's connected to the High Priestess. I'm not 100% sure. I laughed when I saw this card because I already saw this card earlier whenever I was trying to set up cards in the frame of the video from the Magical Dogs Tarot and these index cards that I have. You'll know what I'm talking about if you watch that reading. But I was putting those cards on the table to kind of like see like how do I want to put them on the table and make them look in the video. And it was the High Priestess, and it said trust yourself under it. And before I saw that, like seeing it was so significant for me, and I can't even explain why because I don't remember. It just felt that trusting yourself, this was such a significant message, following your intuition. And I just got a vision of the moon on that card. Maybe I should get it so I can take a look at it. Oh, that dog energy, because the Magical Dogs Tarot. Let me look for the High Priestess real quick. Hopefully it won't take me that long to find. Almost done looking through these. Okay, there it is. This is the High Priestess. It was this moon I was feeling called to here, but there's also this moon. The moon can represent your subconscious. There might be things, look at the imagery on here, it's so magical and mystical, I love it. But yeah, maybe you do feel called or drawn to the moon, and this loyalty lies in discovering yourself, discovering the unknown side of yourself. That's an interesting way to put it, because there's things in life that we do or don't know even about ourselves. Maybe there's some habits or thoughts that you need to address. Maybe some subconscious habits or thoughts. There's definitely something here to reveal to yourself, especially with the number 7 really being emphasized with wisdom and awareness. You might be experiencing spiritual awakenings or being called to spiritual awakenings. There could be something significant here about Kundalini, and I don't know honestly a lot about that. I think it's something to do with the chakras. I'm not 100%, but if you do feel called or interested to research those things, or if you're interested in those things, that is confirmation for you. Also, I'm just now noticing there's a pomegranate here, and I looked up what they meant recently, but I don't remember what it was. So if you feel called to look up the spiritual meaning of a pomegranate, I encourage you to do that. Trust yourself and allow yourself to move forward with peace in mind, literally and figuratively, rather than chaos. I feel like it could be really important here for someone to find the still, and I do that like during these readings through listening to meditative music. So maybe meditations could be helpful for you, or it's just in general important for you to find, discover, explore what works for you when it comes to trusting yourself or listening to yourself, being able to hear yourself, what you think, what you feel, and what you're passionate about. It could be important for someone to connect with their inner child, because the way these person's legs look, for some reason they look short enough to be a child's legs to me. Was I gonna pull it? No, just the one. Okay. And this made me think of like a child walking through their dreams, and so maybe there's something significant here about your dreams, or something from childhood, or both. I believe that your dreams, I'm being reminded of something, I can't remember what it was, but I believe that dreams are our suppressed fears and desires and just emotions and expressions, maybe frustrations. There's just something that you're feeling here that is suppressed, and it might be showing up in your dreams, and maybe you need to know that for confirmation. If you feel called to explore your dreams, or like, you know, keep a dream diary, confirmation. If you're interested in like lucid dreaming or even astral projection, maybe you feel curious about those things for a reason. Maybe you're curious about what happens when we go to sleep for a reason. There could be something significant here about Billie Eilish's music for someone, because I know that she has a song that's, you know, questions. It's about, at least the words are about questioning what happens when we go to sleep. The High Priestess card has the number 2. So not only do I feel like you're being called to trust yourself, but also to find balance and to prioritize you making decisions that create balance, whether that's inside of yourself, inner peace, or outside of yourself, peace outside of you. There are things you need to let go inside and maybe even outside. And the guidance here is to focus on letting go, especially with the 0 in 709 representing cycles, or the ending of a cycle. Remember that endings, loss, suffering is just as temporary as beginnings, gains, and comfort. Everything is temporary. And it's funny, like, trusting that is what I believe is going to help us. Like, that's the constant we can find comfort in, like change being constant. That's the constant in life that we can rely on, is change, is what I'm trying to say. So maybe it's important for you to change the relationship that you have with change and loss and starting new things and just transitioning through life emotionally, and maybe even spiritually. There could be something significant here about your crown chakra. Maybe the universe, your spirit guides, whatever higher power you believe in, is trying to communicate with you or get your attention. I just got a vision of a communication card that I saw in a reading that I recorded recently. So that could be more of a message for someone to pay attention to the signs, the messages, the synchronicities, the feelings that you have that are spiritual and emotional. Don't, let yourself become controlled by them, but let yourself explore them. Your spiritual and emotional feelings, let yourself feel and let yourself learn. To start wrapping up the messages for this card, we're going to see how it applies to the number 709. So let me reflect on this for a second. I feel like whoever's watching this, or the people watching this who already have been feeling called to learn, to grow, to lead with a sense of purpose, this is just further confirmation for you to keep going. For sure. What was 7 plus 9, 16? Yeah, the number 7. Yeah, that number just feels really significant. So if this reading resonates for you on some level, I feel called to encourage you to stick around for the videos that I'm creating between 700 and 799 before transitioning into the 800s. Also, it feels like there could be something significant here about time for somebody, and I felt like this was going to come through recently because I noticed that my screen is pretty broken and messed up and I can't see the timer sometimes when I record because the way the timer is positioned on the screen, and right now I can't see it, and I feel like that's a sign about not paying attention to time, and that's like a message for someone, like don't get yourself wrapped up with trying to fight with time or things out of your control. I feel like instead the universe or your spirit guides want to communicate with you and help you have the awareness that you need and that you deserve to lead a life of peace.